The history of the lifeboat stretches back long before the RNLI itself. In 1785, a London coach builder named Lionel Lukin began experimenting with boat designs that could survive the worst seas. He developed what he called an unimmergible boat. Using watertight air compartments, buoyant gunwales and lightweight materials like cork, his design proved remarkably effective. Just a year later, one of Lukin's boats was commissioned for use at Bamburgh in Northumberland. Bamburgh Castle had already become a centre for sea rescues, with horseback patrols scanning the shoreline during storms. When a ship was spotted in trouble, a cannon blast would summon villagers to help. Survivors were brought to the castle for shelter and care. Because of this organisation and community effort, Bamburgh is often regarded as Britain's first lifeboat station. The RNLI itself was founded thanks to Sir William Hillary, who lived overlooking Douglas Bay on the Isle of Man. After witnessing numerous shipwrecks and even taking part in rescues himself, he campaigned passionately for a national lifeboat service. His early appeals to the Navy were rejected, but when he turned to wealthy philanthropists and merchants, support quickly grew. His vision led to the creation of a coordinated life-saving service around the coasts of Britain and Ireland. Public fundraising became part of the RNLI story too. The first recorded street collection took place in Manchester in 1891, after the Southport and St Anne's lifeboat disaster, when 27 lifeboatmen lost their lives during a rescue attempt. During the First World War, RNLI crews launched over 1,800 times and saved more than 5,000 lives. In the Second World War, they rescued survivors from torpedoed ships, helped during the Dunkirk evacuation, and saved downed RAF and Luftwaffe airmen alike. Today, the RNLI is a modern, highly coordinated life-saving service, but is still powered by volunteers willing to head out in the worst conditions imaginable. Their mission remains simple and unchanged: to save lives at sea. The Shannon Class lifeboat represents the cutting edge of RNLI capability. Designed by RNLI engineers, early boats were built by specialist marine companies before production moved in-house to the RNLI's all-weather lifeboat centre in Poole. This is an all-weather lifeboat, built to operate when smaller inshore craft cannot. Powered by twin 650 horsepower Scania engines driving Hamilton waterjets, the Shannon is fast, agile and capable of operating in very shallow water. Although capable of 30 knots, it is usually limited to around 25 for crew safety and comfort. Inside, suspension seats protect the crew from heavy impacts in rough seas. The boat is fully self-righting, with sealed doors and windows to prevent flooding. It can operate at full power for around 10 hours and normally carries a crew of 6, with space for up to 17 survivors while still remaining self-righting. In extreme emergencies, even more can be taken aboard. The Shannon can be launched from a harbour, a slipway, or directly from a beach. Its specially designed launch and recovery system, developed with Supercat, allows it to operate from locations where traditional lifeboats could not. Each vessel costs over £2 million, with around 50 currently in service and more held in reserve. With an expected lifespan of about 50 years, the Shannon Class will protect coastal communities for decades to come. Because of the deep public affection for the RNLI, the Shannon Class makes a particularly meaningful subject as an Airfix starter set. It introduces new modelers to the hobby through a subject that represents real heroism and community service. Designing the kit brought unique challenges. The distinctive wheelhouse, for example, was moulded as a single shell piece to make assembly easier and more robust for beginners. The large hull sections also required careful tooling design to balance strength, accuracy and ease of construction. Despite being aimed at newcomers, the finished model still captures the unmistakable look of the real vessel. Once the hull, deck and wheelhouse are together, the lifeboat's powerful shape is instantly recognisable. With 50 Shannons stationed around the UK and Ireland, choosing just one to represent was difficult. The kit therefore depicts a boat from the RNLI Reserve Fleet, avoiding favouring any single station. Those who want to model their local lifeboat, a separate decal sheet allows any Shannon currently in service to be represented. The Shannon now joins the 7 class lifeboat in the Airfix range. The 7 is the largest vessel in the RNLI fleet, designed for long-range rescues in the worst offshore conditions. With a range of 250 miles and a top speed of 25 knots, it has played a vital role in major rescues since the 1990s. Together, these kits form a scale tribute to the RNLI and the volunteers who crew its boats. Proceeds from sales help support RNLI operations, meaning each model also contributes in a small way to saving lives at sea. Building one of these lifeboats is more than just a modelling project. It is a tribute to generations of courage, commitment and community spirit along our coasts.